Ethan's first night in the prison cell felt like a drenched canvas, heavy with the weight of solitude. The oppressive silence of his confinement was punctuated only by the distant clamor of other inmates, a cacophony that reverberated his deepest fears. Alone, he wrestled with the stark reality of his innocence, the truth of his situation twisting like a vine around his heart. Each creak of the cell echoed unyielding doubt, and the lingering scent of despair infiltrated his thoughts. He longed for a moment of connection, a flicker of understanding, in a world intent on crushing his spirit. As darkness seeped through the bars, Ethan clung to the hope that one day this prison would not define him. But for now, he was simply a living echo of lost potential, trapped in the harsh confines of his own mind, waiting for a spark to ignite his fight for freedom. As Ethan adjusted to the reality of prison life, he found himself eyeing a figure known as the Shark. This imposing inmate exuded power and confidence, navigating the treacherous social landscape with ease. Ethan felt an initial spark of anxiety, but quickly understood the necessity of aligning with someone who could offer guidance in such a perilous environment. The Shark approached him, eyes piercing, offering advice that could mean the difference between survival and vulnerability. Yet the moment was laced with tension as rival gang members loomed nearby, their hostility palpable. Ethan realized that forming alliances came with its own risks, and he would have to tread carefully, weighing survival against the chance of betrayal. Each interaction became a lesson in the complex dynamics of trust and threat, shaping Ethan's understanding of how to navigate this unforgiving terrain. Awareness of the stakes began to ground him amidst the chaos that surrounded his new reality. As the echoes of uncertainty mingled with the harsh clang of prison life, Ethan's mind drifted toward the world outside those confining walls. He envisioned the simple joys, morning sunlight streaming through the trees, laughter shared over dinner, the freedom of a gentle breeze. These vivid imaginings became his lifeline, a beacon of hope amidst the oppressive reality of his confinement. Each day spent in that cold cell reinforced his resolve and fueled his determination to prove his innocence. With every fleeting thought of freedom, he felt a surge of energy, a reminder that though he was locked away, his spirit remained unbroken. This hope transformed into a driving force, compelling Ethan to fight for the truth and reclaim his life, steeling himself for the battle ahead. In the depths of his longing, he rediscovered the strength to persevere, embracing the notion that freedom was not merely a destination, but a mindset to cultivate. As the days drifted into one another, Ethan sought respite within the pages of dog-eared books, immersing himself in stories that provided an escape from his harsh reality. In this bleak environment, he encountered a few fellow inmates who became unexpected sources of companionship. Together they shared their tales, tragedies and triumphs, laughter and agony, offering brief moments of connection against the backdrop of desolation. Each story unveiled shared experiences of loss and resilience, forging bonds that brought a glimmer of humanity to their daily struggle. These glimpses of kinship offered Ethan a reprieve from despair, reminding him that he was not alone in his battle. Among the despair, he recognized that camaraderie could thrive even in the unlikeliest places. Yet, as he savored these fleeting connections, he felt the encroaching weight of his circumstances, driving him deeper into contemplation about the journey ahead. Ethan's reflections on camaraderie gave way to a new reality as he faced the grim fate of solitary confinement. Within those stark four walls, he encountered the echoes of his deepest fears. At times, the silence felt like a living entity, taunting him with memories of laughter and warmth. Yet in that isolation, Ethan also unearthed a hidden reservoir of resilience. Each day became a testament to his will as he transformed vulnerability into strength, promising himself that surrender was not an option. As the hours stretched into eternity, he found clarity amidst despair, vowing to launch an unyielding quest for justice. These vital moments of introspection fueled his determination, igniting an internal fire that refused to dim in the face of adversity. With every heartbeat, Ethan embraced the truth. His journey toward freedom was only just beginning. The visit from his younger sister brought a bittersweet mixture of joy and sorrow to Ethan's heart. As she spoke, updates from home poured forth, each word a reminder of the life he had momentarily surrendered. Her laughter, though tinged with worry, danced through the heavy air, weaving a thread of connection that transcended the cold bars of his prison cell. Yet, with each shared moment, the distance created by his incarceration felt more pronounced, amplifying the ache of separation. Memories of family gatherings, like sunlit afternoons and cozy dinners, flickered in Ethan's mind, contrasting sharply with the stark reality surrounding him. He grasped the significance of her visit. Each smile carried unspoken burdens, and every glance shared whispered of hope. In this fragile exchange, he recognized the enduring bond that could withstand even the harshest circumstances, reigniting his resolve to fight for his freedom and return to those he loved. With his sister's visit weighing heavily on his mind, Ethan turned his attention to the daunting legal landscape ahead. He immersed himself in the complexities of the justice system, determined to unravel the web of misconceptions that had ensnared him. Every detail became a vital thread in the fabric of his defense, as he meticulously researched case law, precedent, and tactics for exoneration. Reaching out to legal advocates, he pooled resources, gathering testimonials from fellow inmates who believed in his innocence. Each conversation transformed his isolation into a strategy, breathing life into his aspirations. Fueled by a newfound sense of purpose, Ethan sensed the tide of his circumstances shifting ever so slightly. The fight for his freedom was no longer a mere dream. It was a tangible reality waiting to be claimed. He firmly believed that justice was within reach as he embarked on the next crucial steps of his journey. Ethan's momentum surged unexpectedly as he encountered a fellow inmate, a man cloaked in mystery, who hinted at possessing crucial information about the murder that had shattered his life. The revelation sent ripples of doubt through Ethan, stirring feelings he thought he had buried. A flicker of hope clashed with the unsettling realization that truth can be as elusive as freedom itself. Was this man a harbinger of salvation, or yet another player within the complex theater of prison life? Every word exchanged became a potential turning point, forcing Ethan to question not only the authenticity of this new lead, but also to confront the fragility of his own identity. The path to vindication felt labyrinthine, as he grappled with the weight of trust against his instincts, poised on the edge of revelation. With fresh determination ignited within him, Ethan prepared to navigate these treacherous waters, unwilling to let uncertainty dictate his fate. With Ethan's heart racing from the news of a potential witness, he felt a surge of optimism ripple through him. The possibility of renewed hope ignited a fire within, compelling him to refocus his efforts. He knew the road ahead would be fraught with challenges, but the thought of a voice that could sway the scales of justice invigorated him. Each strategy he had honed in solitude now felt purposeful, the pieces of his defense falling into place with a clarity he hadn't anticipated. This newfound momentum would be vital in his pursuit of truth and redemption. As he meticulously prepped for the upcoming confrontation, he understood that this moment could change everything. The fight for his freedom was not just about escaping a bleak cell. It was a chance to reclaim his life, his identity, and his unwavering belief in justice. Chapter 11 Outline 1. Tension builds. A nearby altercation escalates, unsettling Ethan and marking the beginning of his test. 2. Physical confrontation. Rival inmates challenge Ethan's presence, pushing him to either flee or confront them. 3. Mental strategy. He taps into his growing knowledge of alliances, weighing options for survival. 4. Unlikely allies. Support from unexpected peers comes as Ethan's allies rally around him in solidarity. 5. Discovering strength. This confrontation demands not only physical grit but a mental game, forcing him to strategize. 6. Reflection on growth. In the aftermath, he contemplates his transformation from fear to resilience. 7. Respect and power dynamics. Upon surviving the altercation, Ethan gains respect from other inmates, altering his standing. 8. Reaffirming purpose. The ordeal reminds him of his mission to fight for justice, sharpening his focus. 9. Preparing for battle. With renewed determination, he begins to plan for the impending legal challenges. 10. Final resolve. Ethan stands resolutely, committed to combating the trials ahead with courage and clarity. As tension mounted within the prison walls, an altercation erupted nearby, reverberating through the cell block like a warning bell. Ethan felt a rush of unease, recognizing that this conflict would serve as a pivotal moment in his journey. Rival inmates moved closer, their intentions clear. Their challenge was not just physical, but a test of his resolve. Faced with the choice to flee or confront head-on, Ethan steadied his breath and reminded himself of the alliances he had forged. Gathering his thoughts, he recalled the insights gained from each interaction, realizing that strength lay as much in strategy as it did in physical prowess. Just as he summoned this internal fortitude, unexpected allies emerged, rallying to his side. In this chaotic moment, Ethan discovered a wellspring of resilience, emerging not just physically intact, but empowered with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity for the battles that lay ahead. In the aftermath of the confrontation, Ethan found himself meticulously reviewing every detail of the evidence that had ensnared him in this nightmare. As he pored over the recorded accounts and statements, a growing sense of unease turned into a fervent determination. He noted inconsistencies, discrepancies that hinted at a broader story waiting to unfold. Each revelation became a building block in his defense, fueling his journey toward justice. The act of documenting these findings transformed his frustration into actionable insights, igniting a fire in him that he hadn't fully realized existed. This critical turning point solidified his purpose, moving him beyond merely surviving. He was now actively fighting for his freedom. With clarity of thought merging with a fervent pursuit of truth, Ethan's resolve crystallized, and he was ready to face the next phase of his battle head-on. Each detail documented brought him one step closer to reclaiming his future. As the weight of Ethan's discoveries pressed on him, he received a chilling visit from the shark. This encounter revealed layers of prison politics that left him unnerved. The shark's piercing gaze conveyed unspoken warnings about the precarious nature of alliances within these walls. In this moment, Ethan instinctively understood that loyalty was not merely a sentiment, it was a strategy rooted in survival. The implications of aligning with certain inmates became clear as he weighed the cost of trust against the desperate need for support. The complexities of his surroundings deepened, instilling a sense of caution as he navigated this treacherous terrain. Yet despite the rising tension, Ethan's resolve only sharpened. He felt compelled to confront the harsh realities that surrounded him. With clarity of purpose, he vowed to proceed with vigilance, driven by the relentless pursuit of justice that burned brighter within him. With the memory of his chilling encounter with the shark still fresh, Ethan steeled himself for what lay ahead. In an emotional appeal to the prison board for his exoneration, he found words flowing with deep honesty and conviction. Each syllable resonated with his journey of despair and resilience, articulating the profound desire for justice that had grown within him. As he spoke, the resonance of his words went beyond the cold institutional walls. They portrayed a transformed man, one who was no longer defined by his circumstances. The weight of hope rested upon him, amplifying his plea for acknowledgement of his innocence. In that defining moment, Ethan's spirit surged, fusing fear with courage. He realized that despite the towering obstacles, he was prepared to fight, fueled by the unwavering belief in the power of truth and redemption. This was not just a crucial step, it was a declaration of his rebirth. As the echoes of his emotional appeal faded, Ethan steeled himself for the pivotal moment ahead, the impending court date that would mark a significant turn in his quest for justice. With renewed strength, he prepared to confront the truth that awaited him outside those formidable walls. Each heartbeat reverberated with memories of resilience, transformation, and the profound journey he had undertaken. Surrounded by the fading sounds of the prison, he found a sense of clarity. His purpose was sharper than ever. The anticipation surged within him like a fierce tide, propelling him forward into the unknown. He realized that every struggle, every moment of doubt had led to this point, a culmination of hope and courage. Embracing the uncertainty, Ethan stood ready, knowing that this battle was not just for his freedom, but a reclamation of his identity and future. The time to fight for his truth had come.